Hey everyone, I'm FM Greeno and welcome back to my Euro Truck Simulator 2 series. So I'm still in Romania. I've picked up a couple of little jobs since we were together last, and I've ended up back in Cluj Napoca. So that's where we're going to start today's episode. But before we get into picking up our job and getting on the road, maybe you'll notice we've got over 250,000 euros in the bank. It's time to go and spend some of that. We're going to get ourselves a new truck, a new driver in our Milan base, and get them earning some money for us. Let's get underway. So you can see here all the truck dealers that we've discovered so far on our travels. The nearest one to us is down here in Szeged in the south of Hungary, and it's a Renault dealer. We haven't got a Renault in our fleet at the moment. We've got two Volvos, I think an Iveco and a MAN. So I think we're probably going to go and see these guys and see what they have to offer. Let's have a little look. So, here we are. The cheapest available, doesn't look like a very good truck, mind, is at 108,000. I think we can upgrade that a little bit. We don't need to go crazy, mind, because it's only for one of our other drivers, so we don't need to spend too much money. Well, I don't like the look of that one at all. Looks like a box, doesn't it? I don't really want to spend that kind of money. So maybe the second one that we saw there, this one here, it's not particularly powerful, but like I say, it doesn't really matter that much. So let's see if we can customize this a little bit and get it set up how we'd like it to be for our new driver. It's not very good for heavy cargo, you'll notice here, so we might make an adjustment there. If we look at the chassis, maybe we can upgrade that a little bit. That's not bad. That's added a little more heavy cargo capability. Maybe with the engine as well, we can do that. Again, we don't need to go crazy, but it will help, I'm sure. There we go. That one will do. What else have we got that we can upgrade here? The transmission a little bit. Again, we don't need to go crazy spending money, but that will definitely help. What I'm interested in is, can we change the colour of it? What have we got here? Have we got a nice green colour? Doesn't look like we have. This is Greenobus Logistics. We've got to have green. Well, we can pick a custom colour, can't we? So, somewhere in amongst here. I mean, that's pretty green, isn't it? Wow. Or we could go really bright green. I mean, that looks pretty amazing, don't we think? Yeah, we're happy with that. So overall, with all the changes I've made, this would come in at 144,000 euros, just about. It's a lot more than we spent on the other trucks, but why not? It looks pretty cool. So let's confirm that. We'll purchase it. I love that green colour. It's awesome. Do I want to drive the new truck? No, I don't. I want to put it into Milan. Here's a slot. Okay, so they've delivered that to Milan. Next up, find a new driver. So I think in the spirit of equality, we have to be looking for another female driver. Currently, including myself, we have 3 male drivers and just 1 female, Jana. So, let's see who's available. I'm not really a big fan of what Miller has here. I like a bit of long distance right from the offset. What else do we have here? Marianne, also no long distance there. Emily can just take explosives. Okay. Who else have we got here? We have Betts, who can do long distance, but nothing else at all. Anyone else? Yvonne? Maybe. Oh, Sophie. Sophie looks pretty good. She can do a little bit of long distance. And a couple of other things. Maybe Sophie's the one we want. Okay, come on, Sophie. We're going to offer you a job at Greenobus Logistics. You'd like Milan. I think you're going to really enjoy it there. There we go. Another driver on board. So here's the list of all the drivers we have currently. So Sophie has joined the team. I've set her up to focus on training for long distance. I think that's the best thing to do right from the offset. Jana here, she's doing okay. She's currently not working though, so I think we need to have a little word with her. Get out, earn some money, please. And Vasil, He's doing okay. He's going from Leipzig to Graz in Austria with some nuts. He's earning some money. Well, it looks like our best earner so far. And Alexander, he is the guy we relocated to Milan from Leipzig. He's doing okay. He's on his way from Cologne to Milan with some radiators. Interesting load. Okay, so everyone's doing okay. Let's go and find our job. So I think this is the job we're going to take today. Quite an interesting route. So we can start off up in Cluj here. Head down to Târgu-Mureș, which we went to recently, of course. Down to Brașov. Then Pitești, Bucharest, the capital of Romania. And end up in Calarasi. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. I don't do Romanian very well at all. But this should be a little interesting part of the country. Because, of course, you have the Carpathian Mountains around. So I'm hoping we're going to see some decent scenery on this. Maybe a couple of interesting landmarks along the way too. Let's go and get hooked up and get on the road. Okay, so we have picked up our load of motor oil. And something pretty cool here, we might even sort of stop and take a look at this, is on the left-hand side, you can see Cluj Napoca Airport. So maybe we'll just pull over and have a quick little look. So there's the aeroplanes there. Now this is where we fly into if we're going to visit my other half's parents. So that's a pretty neat thing to have just driven past. And it's a pretty accurate representation of what the airport is really like, to be honest. It's not a very big airport, it's just a sort of regional little provincial airport. There we go. It does look pretty much like the real thing. So they've done that well. That's cool. Anyway, we've got about a 12-hour drive, so at some point, obviously, we're going to have to stop and have a sleep. It's around 20 past 11 in the morning right now, so we've got a good bit of daylight driving ahead of us. If I take a quick look, how long have we got? 10 hours until we need to take a rest, so we can do quite a lot of daylight driving here, get through quite a lot of Romania that way, and then take a little rest somewhere near the end of the drive. So, yeah, going to get underway, and we'll catch up once we're back out on the highway. So, we finally made it out of Cluj Napoca. It was a bit of a circuitous route to get out of the city, to be honest. We'd obviously gone into sort of the furthest reaches we possibly could. And having come out, we've now ended up on this kind of fairly sort of country-looking road. There's no road markings on it. It's definitely not what you'd call a highway, that's for sure. But it's an interesting looking road. It looks like we might be going to hit something a little more substantial in a minute. Oh, nice to see they have got Romanian drivers sorted as well in the game. They will overtake you literally anywhere with very little regard for anybody's safety, including their own. I'm expecting this to be a really interesting drive. It's a drive I've kind of made myself, or most of it anyway, from the Cluj area down to Bucharest. At least that's as far as I got.
Get ready to turn left.
It takes you right, well, the route I took anyway takes you right through the Carpathian Mountains, but the road I drove on I don't think is actually in the game. That's called the Transfaragasan Highway, and it's sort of widely regarded as like the coolest road to drive in Europe. It's just a crazy mountain road with hairpins everywhere that winds up through the mountains. There's a nice big lake at the top of it you can stop at where there's a little bit of snow all year round. It's such a cool drive. It's something I'd happily go and do all over again. I don't think it's in the game. That road, incidentally, was it was built in the time of Ceausescu. Basically, he was the communist ruler of Romania. And it was a vanity project as much as anything. He wanted to prove that if he wanted to, he could march his army through the Carpathian Mountains. And so he built this road. A really incredible feat of engineering, to be honest. But at a huge cost at a time where the country was kind of on its knees economically. And the funds they spent building this road, I mean, it really impacted on the whole population, to be honest. It was a time of real hardship. And it's a pretty pointless road, to be honest, because there is a road that goes round the mountains that's just faster to go. You know, it's basically just a tourist route now. It's only open a few months of the year. because it snows so much up there. So
Right.
for about 6 or 7 months of the year, it's impassable. So it was a ridiculous thing to do, but yeah, in the summer months at least it's a cool drive. If nothing else nowadays, not quite sure it's worth all the hardship that people had to go through for it to be built, though. Anyway, it looks like we're coming out onto a proper highway now, so I'm going to try and get some miles in, and we'll come back when we see something cool. So we're pretty close to a place I mentioned before, which is called Turda. Now, the town itself, Turda, yeah, it's not it's not the wrong name for the place, let's put it that way. It's not too special. But the cool thing about it is it has this massive salt mine just outside the town. And it's a really big tourist attraction these days. I went there a couple of years ago, and it's phenomenal. These massive, great big caverns underground where they used to mine the salt. And the biggest chamber is absolutely huge. It's big enough they actually have a big wheel inside it that you can ride. And they've also got like all sorts of other weird entertainment that you don't expect to find inside a cave. They've got crazy golf in there, there's bowling, there's table tennis. So you can sort of spend a day. And obviously it's quite a nice temperature. Caves sort of keep a pretty constant sort of 12 to 14 degrees Celsius all year round. So it's, I mean, it's not warm in there, but it's pretty good if you want to run around playing table tennis or something. It's a fairly pleasant temperature to be doing that. But yeah, if you ever happen to be in this part of the world, I can recommend it. It's well worth a visit. So, as you can see, we have just hit Brasov. This is a city sort of just to the east of the Carpathian Mountains, so we're obviously making our way around the mountains. I haven't really seen too much evidence of mountains, but maybe as we turn right here and head along in that direction towards Pitești, maybe we'll catch the very sort of bottom
Turn right.
of the sort of Carpathian range there, so that's something to look out for. And with a bit of luck, there might be a really cool landmark coming up before too long, so I'm going to keep my eyes peeled and we'll come back if we see what I'm looking for. Well, I think I found where I was looking for. So we are just entering a town called Bran, and that up on the hill there is Bran Castle. Now, any of you familiar with the works of Bram Stoker will recognise this as the home of Dracula. Now, I've been to this town. It's a really cool little place. Unfortunately, we didn't get to go in the castle the day we were here. I was here with the missus and the kids. And unfortunately, there was a 2-hour queue. Let's just pull up and have a little look at this place, shall we? Can we see it from inside the cab? Maybe we'll have to go outside the cab. Let's have a little look around. There we go. Look at that. That's cool, isn't it? Huh? We like that. But yeah, like I say, we was here with the missus and the kids. 2-hour line to get in. There was no way the kids were waiting for 2 hours to go and see some vampire stuff. So unfortunately, we had to give it a miss. But we had a little walk around the outside and that was pretty cool.
Get
So
ready to turn left.
So yeah, there we go. Dracula's castle, huh? How cool is that?
Turn left.
So having come through Bran and out the other side a little way, you can see we are actually doing a little bit of this kind of mountain driving. This isn't the Transfiguration, but it's a road that kind of feeds off of it at the bottom of the Transfiguration, down at the bottom of the sort of Carpathian range there. And you can see on the sat-nav just what a windy kind of cool little road this is. It's a shame we can't see better because of the weather conditions and it's starting to get dark. It's coming up to 8 PM now. Yeah, this would be really cool if the sun was shining and it was proper daylight. But yeah, I'm going to have to concentrate a little bit here. It's very hard to stay on the right side of the road. Luckily, there's not too much coming the other direction at the moment, so I can kind of take a few liberties with the white line in the middle of the road. Oh, my guy's starting to get tired now, huh? Right, so I guess we'll plough on a little bit and see if we can find a rest stop somewhere along the way. He can get some shut-eye and we'll do the rest of the drive in the morning. So we managed to find a place to spend the night. There was a rest stop in the city of Pitești, which is the city you can see kind of off to the right here. A pretty unspectacular looking place, if I'm honest. But it was just somewhere to get the head down overnight. So we're heading down now towards Bucharest. That won't be too far away, I don't suppose. And then further on to, I think, is it Calarasi we're going to? There's only about 3.5 hours of the drive left. So, yeah, we'll check in when we get a bit closer to Bucharest, see if we can see anything of that on the way past. Right, so Bucharest is just off to the left of us here. But I don't think we're going to get to see anything of it on our route. It looks like we're just kind of sort of skirting around the outskirts of the city, which is a shame. I will make a point of coming back here if we don't see anything very cool, because it is one of the best places I've been. There's so much cool stuff in Bucharest.
Go straight on.
But it looks like we're probably going to miss most of the sort of highlights of what's going on in the city centre anyway. So, yeah, like I say, we'll definitely have to come back and have a proper route around and see if we can find those things. So here we are at our destination town, Calarasi. Not a place I've ever been, so I don't know anything about it at all. Yeah, there are places I have not been. It may not seem like it sometimes, but there's quite a lot of them, I guess. So it's been a really good drive, this. I think it's probably the most fun driving I've had this leg since we were up in Norway, I reckon. It's been really cool seeing all those kind of places that I've driven around. Seeing Dracula's castle. That was pretty epic. And now here we are, all ready. Oh, hello. All ready to drop off this load of motor oil. Looks like it's just off here to the left. And it's been a really smooth drive as well, even in spite of some fairly challenging road conditions in places. No crashes. No speeding fines. Perfect delivery. We don't see them very often, do we? So, let's see where they want us to park this up. Again, I'm guessing we're going to take one of the easy parking jobs. I have done a couple of these 40 XP ones recently. I mean, that doesn't look too bad, does it? But you can guarantee there'll be something in the way that makes it impossible. So let's just take the easy job. Yeah, look, you can see here where they wanted us to park it. There's all those, what are they, concrete beams or something like that. So you can guarantee that would have been an obstacle we'd have had to deal with. But for this, we're just going to pull into this space, park up, and get the general overview of the job we've just done. There we go. All done. All sorted. So, 826 kilometres. Plenty of XP there. So we're getting up, nudging towards level 22. We should find that in a couple of jobs' time, I guess. Yeah, there we are. What a great drive. Well, if you enjoyed that as much as I did, please drop a like on the episode for me. It helps me get seen by more people, of course. And if you've got any comments about today's episode, the series as a whole so far, or anywhere you'd like me to go and visit, let me know in the comments section below. And of course, if you're not yet subscribed to the channel, what are you waiting for? Click on that button. Come and hop on the Greeno bus. There is plenty of room for you all. It just remains for me to thank you for watching. And I'll see you next time. Some more action here on Euro Truck Simulator 2. Bye for now.